Hey everyone. Now let's look at another LeetCode problem. Today we are looking at 125. Failed palindrome. A phrase is a palindrome. Oh, a phrase is a palindrome if after converting all uppercase letters into lowercase letters and removing all non-alphanumeric characters, it reads the same forward and backward. Okay, so alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. Given a string A, given a string S, return true if it is a palindrome or false otherwise. Alright, let me read the problem description to see if I have any question. So here we are given string S. A few things that we can do is upper to lower, that we can convert the upper to lower. The next thing that we can do is remove non-alphanumeric characters. The third one, there is no third one, but after we do these two transformations, it will read the same backward and forward. So forward, backward. Alphanumeric characters include letters and numbers. Okay, so let's look at the example then. We have a string S, which is a man, a plant, a canal, Panama. Here, if we remove the uppercase, convert the uppercase to lowercase, and then remove all the non-alphanumeric characters, we will have a man, a plant, a channel, panel. So let's see if this read the same forward and backward. A man, a plant, a man, a plant, a man, a plant, AC. Yeah, so this one read the same forward and backward, so return true, which is correct. And then the second example is race a car. If we do the same transformations, we would get race a car, which is not a palindrome, because the fourth character here is E. If we read it forward, but backward, we will have an A. So we will return false. The last example is just a space. So if we do the transformation, we will have empty string. Now this will return true because empty string read the same forward and backward. So there we go, we have a correct answer. Here, let me think. I think I understand the problem now. one thing that I would like, or one great, thanks. I'm just thinking about what else could be relevant to know. I'll just ask whether may I know the length of the string. S string. Then the answer here is one to the power of 5, and it's reasonable. I think I got then some idea. I think what we can do is we go through all the characters. So we could do so. Okay, so here's an edit. What we can do is we can use two pointer. One will start from the one will read the string forward and one will read it backward. And then we can do so until they cross each other or they meet at one point. So when we go through, when we use this pointer, we will move on if the character is non-alphanumeric. Otherwise, we convert it into lowercase and then we check the character at these two pointers. If they match, then we continue to the next one. Otherwise, we can directly return false. Does this sound reasonable to you? Do you guys think I should proceed with coding? Okay. So first, I'm gonna create two pointers. So I'll just call it forward and backward. Initialize the forward from 0, initialize the backward to, let's say, length of s minus 1. So that will be the last index for the string. Then I'm gonna call a while loop while forward is not equal to backward. Then what we're gonna do is for forward, we're gonna keep on going forward. So we check whether the forward is alphanumeric. I think in Python there is something called lnum. Is lnum. Let me just quickly check. Can assume it, but we eventually will code it up in LeetCode. Let me just quickly check. So it's called is lnum, while this is lnum. So I should check whether it's not an lnum. Then I move forward with the next character. Then I do the same thing for backward. Backward is lnum. I think I also need to check whether the forward and backward have crossed each other. So here I'm gonna do and forward. And forward is less than backward. Okay. Actually, I think a better idea is if forward and backward. So we need to handle the edge case so that it won't cross. So in here, I'm gonna do and while it's not the same. Okay, so what you can do is and forward is less than backward. And we can do the same check here for backward and forward less than backward, then backward minus 1. Then what we can do is if s is the forward character, remember to convert it to lower. It's not the same as backward. Lower. Then we're gonna return false. Otherwise, it is a palindrome. Okay. Okay. Let me quickly walk through the code to make sure I haven't missed anything. So first of all, I will have a forward and backward pointer. Forward will start from index 0. Backward will start from the last index. Okay, then I'm gonna check. Actually, I just check if forward is less than backward. So while forward is less than backward, I will keep on. Then we check whether the forward is an alphanumeric. So we miss a very important step, which is after we got that it is the forward and backward are not the same, we need to increase the forward and move on to the next character. So yeah. Okay, going back to the process inside the outer while loop. We keep on moving to the next character while the forward is not alphanumeric and the forward has not class with the backward. Okay, and then we also do the same thing for backward, which is while the backward is not alphanumeric, then we move on to the next character for backward, meaning that we will decrease the index by 1. Then at the end we check whether the forward is not the same as the backward. If it is not, then we return false immediately, because there is no point to check the next characters. Otherwise, we move on to the next index, meaning for forward we increase by 1, backward we decrease by 1. I think this should work. Let me test the code with some test cases. A man, a plant, a canal, Panama. Here, forward is the first string there. So initially we have capital A. So let me rewrite the example. Initially we have the forward is less than the backward, and then forward is an alphanumeric, backward is also an alphanumeric, and we check the lower, we match here, then the next one increase the index onto the next character. So in here the forward is not an alphanumeric, so we increase by 1, then we got the M. So seems good, and this should work, and then this should work. Towards once we go through the string, we will end up with the middle A and A, which is good. Then we move on. At C, now we found that the forward and backward have crossed each other, and so we just return false, or return true. I mean it will exit the while loop, the check, and this indicates that we have reached the end of the string. So it will, because the condition is satisfied, we will exit the loop and return true. Okay. For the second one, race or car. Okay. For this one, it's the same except that when we are at E and A, we found that they are not the same. So we return false. For the last one, this is just one string, one space, then it will not even get into the loop, and it will directly return true. So how about there are two string length of two characters, let's say A and B. A and B, they are not the same, so we return false. Okay, how about A and A? In this case, it will cross each other and then it will return true. So how about one is a space? Let's say one is a space and the next one is an A character. In this case, the forward will move on to the next one, which is an A. Then in the end, it will match. So how about there are two empty space? Then the forward will move on until it will meet the backward index, meaning they are at the last index here now. So that will eventually return true as well, because well, they are the same character. I think this should work. So let me input our code here to LeetCode platform. So forward backward is one, then forward let's backward. Well, not as forward. Then we just copy and paste on the backward part. And we check whether that is forward. Well, it's not the same as S of backward. In lower. False. Plus equals 1. And then move on to the next one. And at the end, once we have gone through all the list, all the characters, then it will be true. So let me check. Okay, so there's a typo here. Yeah, so we got accepted answer for all the given test case. Now let me try submit it. But it's correct. Yep, we got it correct. Great. I think there is not much difficulty in this question because it's it is marked as easy. I think we will stop here. Thank you, everyone.